So Live PD has been pulled by A&E. The show was a hit, revealing an unspeakable truth, that cops are human. Maybe that's why it was canceled, for showing the police as hardworking folks facing unpredictable and sometimes dangerous circumstances. And because that didn't fit the current narrative, it got pulled. And this reveals that the real censorship doesn't arrive via autocracy, but the emasculation of network execs. Here's an idea. Replace Live PD with no PD. Just show crimes committed without cops around. Oh yeah, that was the riots. But the networks made sure not to show much of that. So will Live PD come back? Not when the media sees police as somehow worse than criminals. And Live PD's crime is showing the reality of policing ignored by other networks, where cops are either relentlessly heroic or horrifyingly bad. And so A&E cancels it. Censorship out of fear. Do you know that up to 440,000 Americans die each year from preventive hospital errors? That's the third leading cause of death in the U.S. So, shall we cancel Grey's Anatomy and all those other hospital programs that show healthcare workers in an aspirational glow? And believe me, I say all of this knowing full well that Live PD was my competition. They put up great numbers every Saturday night, so I should be thrilled they got knocked out of the lineup. I could be number one. But that's stupid and wrong, because I may not be number one. I may be next. So, Jesse, you were a big fan of this show. I was always iffy because I didn't like live programming showing people at their worst circumstances. You know, when you're really drunk and do something stupid.
That's like this show.
Yeah, yes, Jesse, yes it is. Hey, so I always felt that the big lesson from Live PD was how substances played a role in like 90% of these conflicts. Somebody's wasted and that unravels. It's a lesson.
Yeah, it shows you the human condition. Yeah. Especially when you got to see that methamphetamine and heroin have really ravaged large parts of this country. As you said, you were right, it really humanizes the police. And it gave you a crash course in criminal law. Like, if you get pulled over with a small amount of cannabis, you don't have to resist or run away. It's just a ticket. Relax. And if you're cooperative and polite and respectful, the police usually give you a pass. Live PD was the truth. It was live, unscripted, unedited programming. Isn't that what we want? Don't we want millions of Americans to be watching what the cops are doing on the weekends? Don't we want transparency, body cameras, full accountability? This is what this was. It did 1 million in the demo. Almost as good as you, Greg, but 1 million in the demo, which is astounding, and it shows you how many people watch the show. Black Americans, white Americans, Hispanic Americans. Because, you know, every hour, one of the bystanders or the subjects would look at the camera and say, Live PD, what up? So it was probably internal pressure that caved, because there was no boycott attempts, there was no mass insurrection on social media. I think they panicked at A&E, and maybe they did make cops look good, or they were guilty, or they were just scared. But this hurts social justice. This doesn't help social justice.
You know, Juan, in the monologue, I called it censorship, which I realize, strict definition, it's not, because this is, you know, private companies. They can cancel a show whenever they want. But it is a form, isn't it a form of censorship when people decide to close something down because they're scared of, I don't know, the media? I mean, it's an external pressure that causes you to run away. It's a new kind of censorship.
So I have a different take, Greg. I was thinking maybe it's internal pressure. Maybe it's an act of conscience. Maybe they, you know, are attuned to the fact that so much in the culture right now is so uncomfortable with the relationship that the police have with so many in the black community, but in the community in general, in terms of use of excessive force. And so they just think, you know, it's just not right now. By the way, I had predicted to Jesse that A&E would not cancel the show because the show is popular. I think it's their #1 show on A&E.
It is, I think, yeah.
So so they took a real step. They made a real sacrifice by doing this. But I mean, from my perspective, I think it oftentimes results in very negative portrayals not only of black people, but Latinos, even poor white people. I mean, obviously, they're not going into big law firms and finding some drug dealer in the bathroom. This is street crime. So it's a heavy load of people on the streets. And to my mind, I can say this directly to all of you. Would you want a TV camera in your face on the worst day of your life? And would you want that to be seen by all of America, the worst day of your life? I just think that's what the show basically boiled down to, is kind of, a peak look at people in their most distressed, awful condition.
Yeah, I mean, I always felt that I agree with that part, but I don't think that's the reason why it's being canceled. Emily, I want to play you a clip from President Trump. We just heard this moments ago about what would happen if we didn't have police.
I'm thinking, what happens late at night when you make that call to 911 and there's nobody there? What do you do? Whether you're white, black, or anybody else, I mean, what do? You're dialing and there's somebody breaking into a house and it happens to be a violent person.
Emily, you have a choice. You can discuss that topic or the topic we were doing on Live PD. It's up to you.
Thank you. I'll just quickly say I think we need more footage, not less. I would love for the public to understand what happens in the 24 hours after voluntary surrender at jails, on Mother's Day in women's jails, on Christmas at prisons, just everything. What's printed on the outside of meat boxes going into the cafeterias. The public needs to see more of the entire criminal justice system, not less.
Dana, this is a program owned by Dan Abrams. Also owns something called Mediaite. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that won't get canceled. Mm-hmm. But he's a liberal. He's a thoughtful liberal Democrat. Mm-hmm. And he's being eaten alive by his own.
So what's interesting is I think that in some of the proposed legislation, federal money would not go to police departments that do not have everybody in body cams, right? So this footage is important in some ways, right? So they're gonna want that. I had a hard time ever watching any of these shows because I hated the feelings that I got from it. I would get so nervous for everybody. I remember getting pulled over one time for a speeding ticket, and I was mortified. I wanted to self-punish myself. I feel bad for Abrams because I think he had a good product, and they made a decision that will disappoint a lot of people.
Yeah, and you were right to be nervous, Dana, when you were pulled over speeding, because you left out the fact that you had two bodies in the trunk. So that was back in the days when you were just roving the countryside, picking off drifters.